Hi everyone, this is Matter of BMI Academy, and welcome back to our series of 10 problems on mathematics. Our focus will be on Unilag Postutme mathematics problems, and this is episode 3. Okay, here we have what? Question 1. This is pretty straightforward and is on logarithm. So when logarithm are to the same base, you can combine them into one. For the case of addition of logarithm, you multiply the numbers. For this case of subtraction of logarithm, you divide the number. So in this case, I can just pick a single base to base 2, open a bracket and say 8 times what? 16 divided by 4. You get that? So 4 can go in 8, that's 2 times 16, that's 32. So this is log what? 32 to base what? 2, which is 5. How do we know that? 32 is same thing as writing 2 to the power of 5 because 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 2 again is 16 times 2 is 32. That's 2 to the power of 5, then base 2. So from the law of logarithm, this when you have log what? A raised to the power of n is same thing as writing n log what? A log logarithm. Okay. So in this case, you have a 5 log 2 base 2. And when you have a log 8 to a base a, the result is always 1. What I mean to say is when you have the number of a logarithm and the base of that logarithm to be the same, the final result of that logarithm is 1. So in this case, we have 1 times 5, and that's simply what? 5. So the result there is 5. Another way to have gone by solving this, since in this case, the choice of numbers given to us are easy to manipulate. Like 8 base 2, log 8 base 2 is simply 30 because 8 means 2 is a power of 3. If you rearrange that and follow the rules, then you have 30 plus log 16 base 2 is 4. And log 4 base 2 is going to be 2. So you have a 7 minus 2, which is equal to 5. The answer to this problem is 5. Next question. Feel free to pause this video and solve this yourself. It's a question on variation. So this says m varies inversely as the square of n. We interpret this as m varies since it is inversely, you have to put it under the square of n written as this. What does that imply? It means if you change the proportionality to equation, a constant k comes in, or any letter of your choice, right? Which also means that k could be written as when you cross multiply the expression, you have n squared, right? So what does this mean? I can say that what k is equals to, we give you the first value of m as 4, the first value of n as 3 squared. K is at that. Then I can still say the second value of n, we don't know, let's call it x, times the second value of n, they gave it as 2, so we have 2 squared. So from there, when you're looking at this thing, you can easily cancel that 4 expression. 4 cancels out 4. So what do we have? X is going to be equal to 9. So the value for x is equal to what? Equal to 9. And that's option A. Number 3. 12th term of an AP is, the question wants you to find the 12th term of that AP. How do you know it is AP? You just have to find a common difference. The differences, if those differences are common, then you can say that they're in AP. Difference between 7 and 30 is 4. Add 4 to 7, you get 11. Add 4 to 11, you get 15, then it's an AP. You need the 12th number. The nth term of an AP is given as a plus what? N minus 1d. A means first term, and n means number of terms. D means common difference. A common difference in this problem is 4. First term is 30. Number of times you're interested in is what? 12. So Tn, which is now going to be T12, means A plus what? 11B. So that's simply 30 plus 11 times what? 4. So that is it, 44 plus 30, and that's our 47. The answer to that is 47. Okay, moving on. Question 4. This question wants you to find the 10th term of the sequence. What do you need to do? You want to test the what is consistent about the sequence. As a candidate in the exam, or the first thing you want to check is if it has a common difference or has a common ratio. If it is outside those two, then you need to look for the pattern it is following. And in a situation where you can find a pattern for some difficult problem, the best thing is for you to leave that question and move on to the next problem. So here we have negative 23 and negative what? 17. If you do negative 17 minus 23, that's this. That's 23 minus 17. If you remove 17 from 30, what do you get? That's 6. So meaning if you add 6 to this guy, you get 17. If you add 6 to negative 17, you get what? Negative 11. So it's an AP. You need a 10 term. You just go straight by saying T10 equals to what? A plus what? 9B. A is negative 23 plus 9 times D6. Negative 23 plus you have 54. So what do we have there? We have 31. So the answer to this problem is 31. It's a pretty straightforward problem. Okay. And we have the next question, question 5. This is a quadratic equation. So x squared minus 32 equals 0. Divide through by 2. That's x squared minus 16 equals 0. So if you don't want to solve it, you just look at the option. But here you can just say x squared equals 16. X equals 2. Square root of 16. This should be square root of 16. A root is a plus or minus, so the result is going to be a plus 4 or a negative 4. That's option B. Question 6. The mean of a number is 16. What is the sum of the number? As a parent in the exam, just multiply the 2. That's going to be 80. Option B. How? Excuse me. Mean is going to be summation of items over the number of items there. So since you have 5 to be the mean, the mean is 16. Sum of the item summation x over number of the item 5. Cross multiply summation x equals to 16 times 5. And that's going to be 80. Option B. Question X 7. The mean age of a class of 19 students is 20. A boy X joined the class to make the mean age of the class to be 20.5. How would this X? Let me first solve this like a candidate in example. I will just go by saying 20 times 19 minus 20.5, which is now the near mean age, times the new number of students is 19 plus 1, that's 20. So 20 is common. I will just have 19 minus, it should be the other way around, but never mind. Let's just work with it. So this is going to be 20 times, I will just stick to the absolute value since I was supposed to do it the other way around. So this is going to be 0.5. Sorry, is that 0.5? No, that's 1.5. So that is going to be 30. So the age of boy X is 30. In case you are confused, this is it. Mean is equals to summation x over n. That is the sum of everything divided by the number. So case 1, the mean is 20. From here, summation x equals mean times the number, right? So the first summation s, let's call that summation x1, is the first mean 20 times the number of people in the class 19. The second summation x, let's call that summation x2. The new mean is 20.5 times the new number of students is 19 plus x that joined them, that's 20. The subtraction is going to be 20.5 times 20 minus 20 times 19. As a smart student, you want to write this as 20 because it's common. 20.5 minus 19. So that's going to be 20 times 1.5. And that's 30. So the age of x is what? 30. Then let's go to question 8. This is a straightforward question. It's asking for relative frequency. It's not expected frequency. The final answer is the actual frequency divided by the total frequency. Find the determinant of this matrix. That's also a straightforward question. If I give you a matrix A, B, C, D, the determinant is going to be multiply this first, the principal diagonal, as AD minus BC. So in this case, we are going to have 5 times 4, 20, minus 2 times 3, 6. So that gives you 14, option A. And lastly, this question wants to find the slope of a line given 2 points. When you're given 2 points like that, the slope is simply changing y over changing x. You know this from elementary school. So this is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You can choose to label as x1, y1, x2, y2, right? So by the time I do 11 minus 3 divided by 5 minus 2, that gives you on top, you have 8 divided by 30. So the answer is what? 8 over 3, the slope of the line. Right, thanks for listening, and see you in the next episode. Bye.